Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Testing Gyan. In today's video, we are going to discuss about interfaces in Java. So in this video, we are going to understand about what is interface, why we need interface, how to use interface, or what benefits interface gives us in Java. So let's understand what is interface first. So an interface in Java is a blueprint of class. So there can be only abstract methods in interface and not method body. So why we use interface? It is used to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in Java. So in other words, you can say that interfaces can have only abstract methods and variables, and it cannot have method body. Now questions come into picture that if we already have abstract class, if we already have a concept of abstract class, then why we need interface? So let me clear that for you. So in abstract class, we can have abstract method as well as non-abstract methods. But in interface, all the methods will be abstract, and there will be no method which is non-abstract in interface. So I hope that difference is clear. Now let's see that why we need interface. So there are three main reasons that why we use interface in Java. So first is it is used to achieve abstraction. Second one is by interface we can support the functionality of multiple inheritance. So in our previous video we have talked about inheritance. So there I have told you about that multiple inheritance is not supported in classes in Java because it creates ambiguity. But in interface there is no chance of that ambiguity. Hence multiple inheritance is achievable in Java via interface. And third reason is it is used to achieve loose coupling. Now let's see how you can declare interface in Java. So an interface is declared by using interface keyword. It provides total abstraction, means all the method in interface that are declared is with empty body, and all the fields or variables will be public, static, and final by default. So a class that implements an interface must implement all the method declared in the interface. So here is the syntax of interface. So it starts with interface and then name of that interface, and then parenthesis started and parenthesis close, and in between you can define your variables and methods. One thing I'll make very clear again, that there can be only method name and not method body. So there is some changes, or there is some advanced features that Java has changed with respect to interface for Java 8 and above, that we'll discuss in later part of this video. So I hope now it is clear that how you can declare interface. Let's see how what is the relationship between classes and interface. So we know that if I want to inherit parent class to a child class, I'll use extend as a keyword. So in the case of interface, if I want to inherit that interface, then I'll use implements as a keyword. So let's say my class name is animal and my interface name is sound. So I'll write class animal implements sound. So if I want to if I want to inherit an interface from an interface, then I'll use extend as keyword. So I hope this is also clear. Now before going to multiple inheritance, I like to show you that how it works in Eclipse. Let me open my Eclipse. So here I am in my Eclipse. Let me create a class. New class. Let me name as interface explain. Okay. Let me create one interface over here. So I have already told you about syntax. So I'll type interface and then my interface name. Let's say my interface name is print. No, let not take it as print, not a good practice, or message. So here in my interface message, I have a method called as print, void print And if I implement this method in my class, oh sorry, not method, my interface message, then now if I save it, you can see there is an error which says the type interface experience must implement the inherited abstract method, that is print. So that I told you that it is mandatory for a class that if it implements any interface, uh, it should define all the method body which is there in that interface. So let me define that print body over here. Public void print sys out I am an interface method. Let me create object of this class, new I dot print. If I run this, yes, so it is printing I am an interface method. So guys, I hope that interface is clear with you. So another question now arises that can we create object of interface directly? So the answer is no, we cannot create object of interface, but we can create a reference of that interface. So let me show you how you can do that. So instead of this, if I type message m equals to new and this class, so this can be done, but message m equals to new message, this cannot be done. So let me change this variable name, and if I uncomment it, so you can see there is an error saying cannot instantiate the type message. I hope this is clear. Even now I call the message method print, it will print the statement that is I am an interface method. So guys, I hope this interface is clear. Now let's move on to multiple inheritance in interface. Let me open my presentation again. So guys, here is a diagram explaining multiple inheritance. So what multiple inheritance means? So if I use two interface in one class, then it is known as a multiple, two or more interface in one class, then it is known as multiple inheritance. So in the same case, if I need to if I need to implement two interface, then in class I'll use implements keyword. If I want to inherit it, inherit two interface in another interface, then I'll use extends keyword. So let's see its implementation in Eclipse. Let me open my Eclipse. So here let me create one more interface as second, and in that I'll define message void second print. So if I implement this as well, here again I am seeing error. It's saying that I have to define this method in this class. So guys, now we can see that we cannot extend two or more classes, but this can be done using interface. So this is the way you can achieve multiple inheritance in Java. Let me define this second print method over here. Oops. I am second print interface method. Let me create object of this class instead of this. Now if I call this second print method, let me run this. So you can see both the messages are being print over here. So I hope now we are clear with what is interface, how you can achieve interface, and how we can achieve multiple inheritance in Java with interface. So in the beginning I told you that there are some new changes introduced in interface with Java 8. So let's see those changes. So the major change which is being introduced in Java 8, that is you can have a method body if you declare that method as default or static. That an interface can have default and static methods. So if you see the syntax for that is, so here there is my interface default method in which I have d method, which is which has a body defined inside interface itself. But here the catch is I have to declare that method as default, and that method can is not required to define in the class which implements this interface. So you can see that in my class I have not, okay, I forgot to type implements over here, but I have not used I have not declared this method. Let's see it in Eclipse that how it works. Let me define my one method over here, default void and d method sys out I am default method. So you can see that there is no error coming in here, but in case if I remove this default from here, you can see that there is an error that abstract method do not specify a body, and here as well that inherited method has not been defined, all inherited method has not been defined. So but if I write default over here, then the error is gone. So this implies that we need not to define default method inside our class. Now if I call this method in my main method m dot d method, so you can see that I can call it directly. So here we can see that it is printing I am default method. So guys, I hope that interface is clear and topic interface is clear. If you still have any doubt, please do mention in comment section. Thank you for watching the video.